You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I still believe in Arch. I was trying to taper motherfuckers' expectations.
Oh God!
Expectations are Arch.
You were trying to taper what?
Listen,
You were saying?
Can I finish my point, bro? I already know your goofy. I know your goofy ass got a lot to say. That's why I'm the only person. I let all y'all talk. Let me say what I gotta say about Arch. You can't tell me, Sheldon, that any quarterback going into the shoe after against the defending champs is going to, with that defense, especially with not only the best player offensively in college football, but arguably the best player defensively in college football. On that side, that secondary is nuts. I'm surprised that he played that bad still, but I'm not surprised that he played bad. I told you going into that game, I actually thought that there was a lot of pressure on Ohio State because they're the defending champs and they're more experienced. They should be able to make Arch look like how he did. He looked like a freshman. He looked like a true freshman. But it's a long season, and I think he's going to get used to this, just because that's the whole reason why the Mannings wanted him to be developed the way he is, because I don't think they thought he was that great coming out, but they know that he can be, just like I think so too. I think this again, if you want to sell stock on Arch, do it now. If you want to buy stock, do it now, because this is the lowest it's going to be.
So, Nick, what have you seen to make you think that he's more than what he's shown?
I'm glad you asked that. There was a couple the plays that he didn't make stand out to me, but I think he can easily clean that up. There's like a third down crossing route that he could have easily gotten, that if he throws it again, I'm sure he makes it. There was the plays that stuck out to me was like there was that I think it was almost back shoulder over the shoulder to the tight end that he threw on that. I think that 2-minute drill that Lou was trying to talk to him, say like, if this is the guy, then he got to prove it in this drive. I think it was that shoulder over the tight end, because the tight end literally walked into that pass, and there was no other. It was a window that he was throwing to. He also, the throwing touchdown that he had. He's hella sneaky athletic as far as getting some first downs that probably would have been empty plays if not lost yardage. So he showed me that he can do some things. It's just that he's going against Ohio State defense. So he's not going to look great at all. But I think he has the capability of being a great quarterback still before the end of the season.
He's shown you spurts of being a good quarterback. However, his last name is Manning, and you're still holding out that he can be great.
Absolutely.
He might be good. That may be true. He's just not good right now. But I've seen nothing. Yeah. I've seen nothing that would make me think he would be great.
I understood why they had him behind yours. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
that wasn't
that's one game.
One of the things. No, that's one of the things. It ain't one game. It's 2 seasons. That's one of the things.
We've seen him start. We seen him start last season when Ewers was hurt. He started about like 3-4 games, and they didn't lose.
They were never confident enough to make him the starter. That's what greatness is. That's what greatness is, or even what it looked like. Even you take somebody like Tua. They had y'all man's Jalen Hurts at quarterback in the national championship game, but what looked like greatness, I ain't saying that it is, but it looked better than what Arch Manning looked like. I'm putting Tua in because he's more athletic, he's more prominent, he's going to be able to make those throws. They've never done that with Arch. He may have the mechanics, he may have the last name, he may be able to even be a good quarterback, but when we're talking about greatness, I think it's clearly evident that he's not that.
Yes.
After one game, it's nuts.
I know people
after 2 seasons backing up a 7th round quarterback.
Steve Sarkisian called a terrible game. He really, really had the handcuffs on Arch. I don't know if that's because he was afraid of the defense of Ohio State, if he was concerned about what Arch would be able to complete, his ability to read defense. Remember, that defensive coordinator over on the other side is a former
Patricia
coordinator.
That's the theory.
No. Can't put respect on his name. Put respect on his name. That's Matt Patricia. You do. He multiple Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator.
The one thing I said when I was watching the game is that regardless, this is what he'll be seeing in the NFL. And you have to be able to play against talent like this. Maybe he was nervous. I don't know. We got time to see. He's going to go against some cupcakes, and then this schedule is still tight. It's still tough. So he's going to have plenty of time to show what he is or what he is not.
Thank you.
A lot of the conversations around Arch is so funny because it's very similar to how things were with Shedeur. You know, it's like when Arch going to play well, you're going to hear a lot of people talk about it. When Arch played poorly, you're going to hear people pile on him. It's just reversed, you know, because there was a lot of hype for Shedeur as well. And I thought the conversation around that was interesting. But I think Steve, when he finally kind of let him loose, when he had no choice, you saw moments. You saw, like, potential. But you also saw a quarterback that's out of rhythm that can't hit a simple fucking crossing route. That receiver was hot. That receiver was so pissed on the sideline. If he just could have put that right in front of him, that's a simple throw. He's been throwing that since Pee Wee football.
And Ken, if he was able to do the basics, which is why, again, I understand why people talking shit, because the haters are gonna always hate on your worst day. And I'm looking at little goofy ass, but like if to me,
that's what's wrong with your generation.
To me, Ohio State escaped this game because they offense looked shitball.
Yeah, like, only if Texas had a quarterback. Only if Texas had a quarterback, they would have lost.
There you go, Lou.
Hey, Lou, I'm saying if Arch was a competent quarterback in that game, they would have won 21-14. Because like they were in the red, it wasn't like they couldn't get into the red zone. They couldn't get into the end zone, and that was on Arch. So like, and even that QB snake they try to do
that's on coach. That's
on coach.
Three plays for Arch to try to run the ball in. Stop hyping him up. You got to run it back there, hand the ball off, bro. Three plays for Arch to run the ball in. It reminded me of Seattle.
But remember, Ken, that slant where he decided to throw the fade, that was on Arch. That was 6.
Oh yeah, that was Arch. But he had already made up his mind. He already made up the reason why he didn't even look at the slant because he did not read. He just dropped back. No, he didn't read the defense. He already knew where he was going. That's why he didn't even see it.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at Vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
But so a couple things, right? Like I'm gonna start where we are now and I'm gonna work my way backwards. Number one, when you're in the red zone like that as a QB, it's not about reading the defense. It's typically you're gonna go to your first read, and especially if your offensive coordinator tells you, hey, this is where we want to go, right? Mm-hmm. So if the fade is where they wanted to go, then that's 9 times out of 10, he's gonna throw the fade route. Right, the slant is just obviously just another route that's there. You don't read in the red zone. Well, let me not say red zone.
You only do that. You only do that when you're great. You only do that when you're great.
Nah, it don't happen like that. You could even look in the NFL. Most of those throws are already predetermined
to mediocre quarterbacks.
No, to majority of quarterbacks. Spike. That's number one.
Best quarterbacks, people are going to make that adjustment though. If I see a slant wide open in the middle of the field for a touchdown, I'm throwing it if I'm great.
You know why, Spike? Because typically in the NFL, even mediocre quarterbacks have a wide receiver that creates separation. And I'm going to just throw that bitch up there. Like a motherfucker like CeeDee Lamb, throw that bitch up there. Because when they come back in the huddle, that's what they're going to tell you. And your number one guy, you're going to listen to him. He's going to throw that thing. So that's that. Ken, I don't disagree with you that Steve Sarkisian had the training wheels on, but I also feel that was a byproduct of Arch himself. Like he came out in some of those easy gimme throws, like you said, that he's been throwing since middle school. And I don't know if y'all saw the footage of Peyton's son in middle school fucking dotting people up, which was crazy. If y'all haven't, go watch that. It don't make no sense. But I agree. Arch has been throwing those simple routes for a very long time. And it was uneasy to see somebody with as much hype as him miss on the easy throws. Therefore, I think that Steve Sarkisian, as the play caller, was like, oh, snap. I don't know if he's ready for the moment. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know what it is. But that's why I said put respect on Matt Patricia's name because, and I saw the chat said, oh, now we got to put, look, Matt Patricia was a trash head coach, right? And a lot of Bill Belichick's disciples are trash head coaches, but they're amazing coordinators, right? We've seen that with Matt Patricia. And you give him one of the best talented defenses in the league, and then he's throwing NFL schemes on that, Ken. Ken, at the end of the day, most of these college quarterbacks are not going to get both in terms of scheme and talent. Sometimes you'll get the scheme, but they don't have the talent to execute at that level. And sometimes they got the talent, but they don't have the scheme to. Bro, when I was watching that game, Ken, a lot of those windows outside for the blatant open ones, right? But that happens in the NFL too, not as much. But the windows were tight. The windows were tight. I want to say it was early in the game where the linebacker faked like he was going to go in coverage and then came down and blitzed them and got to Arch. And they were talking about the eye discipline. And it was like, that's an NFL thing. Matt Patricia coaching them boys up. So that's the reason why I say put respect on their name. Nick, I agree with you. I do think that Arch showed some things. I don't think enough to definitively say that he's going to be a star quarterback, right? Because obviously he was leading in terms of being like a Heisman front runner and all of that type of stuff. I'm not saying he can't win the Heisman, but I do think that the schedule was unkind to him, right? He hasn't been a full-time starter. You would like to have a cupcake or two before
you can say it. You can say he's not going to win it. You can say he's not going to win it. Go ahead.
He might not, but I think he still has the way that the schedule is set up, he's still going to play so many good teams that, like, if he starts, blowing the doors off that, you have to put him in that conversation again. I mean, right now he's outside looking.
He don't need to win in either way. So
I don't think. I don't think it's relevant for him. I think, at least, FIFA. I'm not saying that's your point, but I don't.
No, that's not my point. I'm just saying because before the game, them being preseason number one and him being the Heisman front runner led up to the hype. Right. Mm-hmm. So obviously he didn't live up to the hype. But at the end of the day, I think that number one, like I said, I think the schedule was unkind. I also think that the coordinator and the talent on the Ohio State side had a lot to do with it. And for me, Nick, I do agree with you where I saw enough throws that I'm like, okay, he's not a trash quarterback. Like he's not bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? Some of the throws and his legs, I think, especially down the stretch, like the one that he threw down the seam. That's elite. That like not every quarterback in college football can make that throw. The legs that he has, he ain't Mike Vick. He's not no Lamar Jackson. But shit, for a white boy, we haven't seen a white boy run that's Steve Young.
He's a rich man's Joe Burrow without
100%. No, he can move. So I think he has all of the foundational pieces. If he can put it together up here and just settle down be a good to great quarterback. That's not elite.
That's why I'm saying, like, putting someone first time playing full time Big Ten, SEC football, whatever you want to call it. Shelton, going to Ohio State on the road.
Ohio State
after they won a title. On the road. I'm like, bro. I'm not making excuses. He was bad. Lou, that's why I'm not trying to make. I'm not saying
that sounds like an excuse to me, Nick.
No, I'm not saying that.
Excuses. It's like y'all excusing him. Y'all excusing.
No, it's not.
You was a bad game.
I just heard. Let me.
We're highlighting. My point. We're highlighting the positives. That's all.
My point is.
That's what you do for mediocre.
My point is, this is not week 8, week 9. This is week 1, and he was at Ohio State in his first full-time as a full-time starter for Texas. I didn't think they should have been ranked number 1. I didn't think that they were really the team that they should have been favored to win because Ohio State and Vegas agreed with me. So them only losing by 7 points is the biggest part of this whole story. Because if they lost like UNC lost to TCU, then I'm right with you. Then it would have been ugly and niggas would have a lot to talk about. They lost by 7, bro. Ohio State offense should be.
But that's for the defense though, Nick. But they got a freshman quarterback too. Well, not two. They got first time.
Don't nobody give a damn about who Ohio State got back at quarterback. So
no, but they do know. These are two top tier teams.
He beat the guy you talking about.
Same level. Yeah, like what are you talking about?
And he played like trash.
No,
he did. He was trash. Yeah, they both did.
He didn't beat him. The Ohio State defense beat him, nigga. That's what it was, nigga. Fuck out of here. And all he did was throw it up to the best wide receivers in the country and said,
if he didn't beat him, Arch lost.
Nick, that's what it
well, either way it go, Nick is right. Nobody give a damn about him because everybody talking about Arch. Nobody even mentioned this guy.
That's true. Nick, I didn't know he was open on the weekends that Bell's buying a company because that's what it sounds like.
Listen.
It sounds like
that's where you get the most money, ain't it, Nick?
If
people say we sound like
it's in a partnership. They trying to start a franchise.
Yeah, people say we sound like the he talked 15 minutes, so I ain't moving 15 minutes worth of positives.
Listen. It's early. Like I said, Lou, I'm screenshotting all this because I'm gonna pull it up at the end of the season.
I'm not saying that he won't be a good quarterback, but he can work.
You're hedging your bet. You're hedging your bet.
No. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get out of the Shelton zone. He can learn from his uncles and be a good quarterback. He can learn how to practice. He can learn how to prepare. He can do all those things. But when y'all are talking about elite and all the bail that FIFO just gave him in that 15-minute monologue,
I didn't give him
and Nick, I ain't gonna just throw you under the bus. Like, if y'all got to do all of that for someone who's supposed to be generational talent, it ain't it. It ain't it.
First off, hold on, bro. Spike. I agree with Nick. It's only one game. Wait, hold on, Spike. Hold on, Spike. It's only one game that he's played as the day one starter. It's only one game he's played as the day one starter. And also, hold on. And also, Nick, did you ever call him generational?
I've never.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely. Nick was saying that they were tanking the Browns.
Now we don't know if he's going to be.
I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be a great quarterback.
They're tanking for him because he's that guy.
I think he's going to be I think he's talented enough to not only be successful in college, but in the NFL and win a Super Bowl. I think that I'm willing to say that right now.
Is he going
to generational talent? I don't give a fuck about generational talent.
Wait. Let me ask you this: do you think he would be better than Eli?
Yeah.
But there's only
bigger arm, better legs. There's
only one quarterback.
You got to have it between here, though.
There's only one quarterback.
I think he'll be fine.
There's only one quarterback.
Bigger arm, better legs.
He'll be a 2 Super Bowl winning quarterback.
There's only one quarterback better than Eli.
So
that's Patty.
No. We're not. Hey,
look, Spike is personally, Nick. I'm asking y'all. Do y'all think that he will be a quarterback that can go to the NFL and win Super Bowl?
I'm giving you one Super Bowl, Spike. I'm not giving you anything more than that. I think just one Super Bowl.
There's no way in hell I can answer that question without seeing him play a full college season.
Well, I can answer it,
but I could. Him sitting on the bench for
it's easy to say no.
Eli has
2 Super Bowl rings.
Eli had more talent going into Ole Miss, so he started his freshman year.
But
this dude been sitting on the bench behind a 7th round pick for 2 years.
That's fine, Spike. We got it.
It don't matter how you start, how you finish,
off your teleprompter, whatever. Yeah. It's hard he has to win more than 2 rings, bro, to be better than Eli. So I don't know if you're talking about career, if you're talking about his ability to play in the NFL. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about his success as a quarterback in winning 2 rings. Yes, that's what I'm asking.
No one's really doing that, bro.
That's hard. No,
I don't even want to put him there. I'm just saying, man, look, be a better collegiate player than your uncle was. I don't even think he can do that.
I think he could be better than Eli. I don't know about Pay. Hold on, real quick, Q. I think. Look, in answering the Eli question in the NFL, I think especially now in today's game, it's a lot about coaching, right? Who's either the head coach?
Will he be a better college player?
I think he is the most talented Manning to put on a jersey.
How so, FIFO?
I'm not going
talent.
I'm not. FIFO, come on, man.
Look. Do you understand what I mean when I say talent? Do you understand what I'm saying?
You can't say that.
It's a different time. What I'm saying, talent. Look, listen. I'm trying to tell you.
You're just talking about measurables. You're not talking about talent.
Exactly.
This guy played against you. Did you watch Ronnie?
What is talent? Talent is measurables.
Measurables is not talent.
That's how
plenty 6'4" athletic guys that can't play football.
How do people get drafted? How do people get drafted? They get drafted on potential based off of the measurables.
No, but they still have performance. It's performance, then potential.
I understand that. Okay, so all I'm saying is, who the coach? Who's the coach? QB that just got benched that they drafted in the first round a couple of years ago.
Richardson.
He got drafted off of talent.
Absolutely, but so who else would you draft off talent and not that? No, who else? Name another player that was just drafted like that. No,
everybody gets drafted off talent.
Name another one without the credentials that was drafted like that.
I think that's a whole. I don't think
that's a separate conversation.
Talent and measurables are two separate things.
Two different things, Vivo. They're two different things.
I think they're two separate things. I think that people's measurables can add to their talent, but when you're talking about talent, you're saying that he is one of the most accurate QBs I've ever seen. He's one of he can throw the ball extremely far and extremely fast. Tom Brady came out today and said Aaron Rodgers is the most accurate thrower of the football that he's seen in that time span when he was in his prime, and also the fastest to get it to the receivers and could do it bailing out of the pocket. If he could get multiple different looks from defenses, figure out the defense, and still put up points. So to me, Aaron Rodgers he's not 0-4 Mike Vick with his legs. He's not necessarily Peyton Manning in the cerebral mind, but he's in the ballpark of using all of the best of those things for what he has. And his talent is executing and throwing the ball, being accurate, and everything that Tom Brady said. When you look at Arch Manning, and I don't care about college football, but I did watch this game because I knew that we were going to talk about it. What it all comes down to me is if we're going to be responding to the ESPN conversation about is he going to be this and is he going to be that, I'm not really here for that. But what I do see is there's a base of skills there that can be accentuated. And I'm not looking at it from a standpoint of bail bondsman. It's just, if you're asking me, do I see enough of an eye test for something to be molded out of that skill set? Yeah, I see it. I didn't see it with Sam Darnold. Everyone says that, I'm saying, oh, Sam Darnold was a top 3 pick. And when I never saw that, what I mean? Like with someone like Baker Mayfield, I saw that there was a base of skills there. Now he went to a terrible situation, but I'm saying when I see Arch Manning, I'm kind of similar in how I saw Baker, where it's like he got some swag to him. He got, a weird throwing motion. But I think with just reps, and I think with being put in situational football over and over again, week to week, I think there's something to pull out of this young man's game that can make him, if not, transcendent, but can make him really fucking good at the next level. And I see what people are trying to say with his talent level, but it's going to take some coaching. It's going to take some molding. If we're judging it in a vacuum off of one game, yeah, he looked bleh. But there were some throws even in that game of the 27 throws I think he made where there was at least 5 or 6 where I was like, that's really fucking good. And the others were just routine, check downs and routine, just flipping the ball and whatnot. But let's not act like Matt Patricia isn't who he is on defense and who he was in New England. And he was giving Arch multiple different looks. And if you're expecting Arch Manning to go out and put up 31 points on Ohio State defending champs, I think you would be doing him a disservice, and you'd be doing yourself a disservice in how you evaluate prospects.
They call that bail bondsman talk.
Y'all are explaining Shedeur Sanders to me. That's what y'all are doing. Like, I don't see the difference in a fifth round pick.
So we're explaining Shedeur, then how come you're not on the bandwagon? Because you was hella on the bandwagon with Shedeur.
That is true.
I thought Shedeur was more talented than him.
You thought Shedeur was more talented than Arch?
I seen him play for 3 years.
Yeah,
I ain't seen Arch shit.
How many games he win his first year, Lou?
I mean, that's fine. I mean, the thing is,
he did at Jackson State his first year.
Oh, you talking about you going to Jackson State?
Got your ass, didn't I? Yeah, he's tried. Yeah, they went undefeated. Yeah.
This ain't his first year, Nick. How many games did Arch win his first year? None.
You see, but the thing is, though, is that I don't think anyone who's being sensible would disagree with you that if you're basing it off of when you evaluate a prospect, I think the number one question you have to ask is there a skill set there and is there a base there that makes him different from your average player? And I look at Arch Manning, I look at Shedeur Sanders, and I think that they have base of skill set that makes them better than your average player. And that's where you have to bet on coaching, and that's where you have to bet on pedigree and your team around you to make you better. Like if you got Dion and all them people and Tom Brady in your corner, hopefully you'll become better. If you got Peyton Manning and Uncle Eli in your corner, you already have that skill set. Hopefully you'll become better. And that's why evaluating prospects is like a crapshoot, because it's all about some lucky picks of the ball here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of luck of the draw. So that, and then on top of the hard work, it's never going to be a 1-to-1 thing.
Spike, I'm somewhat unclear about where you are with Arch. I'm trying to recall the conversation we had prior to it. Remind me. So before he played this game, what was your stance? He's not good. We don't know if he's good.
His stance is he's not good because he couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers. Yes, you did.
There was a version of that.
It was mine.
He keep on saying
said we do not know. Nick was trying to act like that he was the next thing, and all I said is we don't know because we haven't seen him do anything. And my reasoning being is he had to sit for 2 years behind a 7th round pick.
Well,
that don't happen.
Lou, that's because he played half a football in high school. You seen the high school tape? Look up the high school tape. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Sheldon, my reference point for that is Trey Lance. He played the same kind of high school football, and look at him. We thought he was going to be a superstar.
Hold on, let me. First of all, Lou,
all I'm saying is I don't know, Ken.
You and Sheldon
Nick giving him a lot of bail, and I don't know.
You and Sheldon look like twins today. Okay. Thing 1 and thing 2 looking at because in the chat. I swear, Luby's, he be tagging me in all the little clips. He got Ryan Clark. He got me tagged in with a Ryan Clark.
Because you got him as a break, though.
Talking about how
I saw the Ryan Clark, but I couldn't.
He
says he had great potential.
After one game talking shit, and it's like, bro, if you don't like him, if you don't believe him, that's fine. You don't have to keep doubling down. I know where you stand. My thing is you don't have a basis to saying that because it's only one game in a long season. I have it based off of what I told y'all what I am. How many times I got to remind y'all? In the streets, they call me the QB whisperer. I see things before.
Hey, man, the NFL for the start, man.
You don't think he's good?
No, nowhere near what they were trying to say. I felt like he was going to struggle this game, which, okay, we're going to put it to this game. I don't think it's going to be the year that everybody thinks it's going to be. I think he's going to struggle. And I think that he's an average quarterback with some potential to be a starter, but never be elite. Never.
My thing is this, Ken. This is all backwards pay hate that they got for rooting for Shedeur and niggas rooting for Arch. They just want to hate on him. What's so special about him? He ain't shit.
I told you, Nick. It felt similar, bro. I was thinking about. I was like,
no,
I don't know.
Y'all just
you said it. It brought it up.
The bail bonding is insane.
But like I said, if anybody else had been in that position, y'all would have been on them for not playing.
If
they did it to Shedeur.
Well, no, they couldn't do it because Shedeur played.
No, Sheldon, first of all, the fact that you're allowing Lou to compare Shedeur Sanders' first game at Jackson State to Ohio State is nuts.
I ain't go back that far. I'll compare Shedeur's first game at because it's the same.
They won.
They had the same spot. They won
first year.
That was the same spot. They were in the same position at that point. Him playing against TCU that game was the same place where Archie is now.
Is TCU anywhere close? Is that a closer gap?
TCU was ranked that year.
Talking about Ohio State, though. Nah, you talking about Ohio State.
TCU was ranked, though.
I'm talking about the players on the field, Shelton. And if you want to talk about ranking, we're talking about
he was riding together.
Hey, nowhere near
his rank, man.
Drew got his own problems he got to worry about.
I had to get out of there when he said that.
Somebody fucked up when
he said Ohio State and TCU to snap.
Don't leave me, Lou.
I'm out. I had to leave you right there.
Anyway,
hey, but they shut down Ryan Smith. Smith couldn't do nothing. But part of that was on the Jeremiah Smith. I'm sorry. Part of that was on the quarterback. So,
yeah, that quarterback terrible for Ohio State.
We about to see how good Ryan Day is as a coach, because right now, if he could get this team to the playoffs or let alone the Final Four, he fuck around be coach of the year because he playing with Bobby Boucher.
And Who is Deion playing with? Because that quarterback, Jesus Christ, bro. Anyway, let's move on.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at Vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.